There we go.
Right.
Hello, everyone. Welcome, Jason. Great to have you here.
Yeah,
As you can
thank you, Dan.
probably tell, I was a little inspired from Dan Flores' session. I was feeling the jazz vibes, and so I thought I'd put on a jacket and a little hat because that was to me like it was actually comedy gold. It was the highlight of today. The exchanges that we had in the chat, like it was absolutely hilarious. I just wanted to say thank you to all of you for being so engaged in the chats, and that particular moment was a huge highlight for our whole team. I think for all of us have been working on this for months and months. That was the moment where we all just had a good laugh and realized that like that's what brings us all together. And so Dan, I can't wait for you to watch that. We've been messaging him after the session, and he's got such a great sense of humor, but I know he'll get a kick out of it. And I have a lot of questions. I have a lot of questions that need to be answered. But let me explain who's joining me here for our closing session. We have Jason Reckers, who I know from the Adventure Travel and Trade Association. Him and I were in Chile just a few weeks ago, which is where I got this hat. It's actually Chilean, not French. And I can lose the jacket. He's got one of our Travel Trend shirts on. But yeah, Jason, why don't you kindly introduce yourself to our audience?
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Dan. Thanks for having me, and thanks for inviting me to pay attention today and come back with some thoughts at the end of the day. So, as Dan mentioned, I'm with for about 20 years, I was the Chief Operating Officer for the Adventure Travel Trade Association. And so, where our primary focus was aggregating and disseminating information for an industry. When I started working with Shannon Stoll back in 2005, just after he took over the organization from a prior individual. And we had 100 members, and half of them didn't know they were members. And so we took on the monumental task of bringing together a global audience, and have done that over the years, culminating in annual summit events, other regional events. And then Dan was just with us down in Puerto Natales in Patagonia, Chile, and where we just had another 700 delegates from around the world make the monumental trip down there to experience the place and, more importantly, the people of this industry. So thank you, Dan, for coming down. And I know you got a podcast series coming out with a number of conversations with the people from the event. And so that'll be great to listen to. So, but in the last few months, I took a step out of the day-to-day role with ATTA. I'm still a business advisor and a shareholder in the organization, and have taken on some new challenges. And I got motivated by AI and what AI could potentially bring to the industry, which has always been fairly tech averse. It didn't want to do tech. They wanted to be out on the trail or out on their bikes. And they were happy with just spreadsheets and notepads and phone calls. So, but we do see them gravitating quickly to AI simply because of the natural language capabilities, the ability to have a conversation with software and with technology in a way that can help them be able to work more effectively and do more in their businesses. And so just as a quick summary, the primary members in that industry are multi-day tour operators running trips and experiences around the world. We saw some great examples today of how travel advisors are working with outbound tour operators who are working with the inbound suppliers and the hotels and etc. So all the things that were covered today were things that our particular industry has been dealing with for many, many years, and always struggled with trying to be encapsulated into one particular piece of software for their business. And now they have the ability to leverage this ecosystem of new AI solutions. So I'm excited to be here. I appreciate Dan inviting me, and I hope I can share a little bit of insight from today.
Yeah, that's awesome. No, thank you, Jason. I was very keen to have you here for that exact reason. You are one of those people that has gravitated towards AI. You have a deep understanding of the adventure travel business, and it's an industry and a vertical that I'm deeply passionate about as well, as you know. But someone like yourself that has embraced this technology, you've been running sessions for ATTA that I know people love. And so for many reasons, you highlight the culture change that many organizations have to go through. And so I wanted Jason to join us today to share some of his insights and observations, but specifically to join day one. And I know he's kindly joined all of the sessions today. So I wanted to run through and get some highlights from him, but I also want to hear highlights from each of you in the comments, because it's been absolutely gold today. And so keep those going. I will raise some of the questions with Jason, share a couple highlights, but then I'm also going to give away our prizes, talk a little bit about day two, and then everyone can network in the platform as well. And so, and I forgot to say cheers. That was like
Cheers.
for an amazing, yeah, cheers
My water
to
for my
everyone for
coffee.
joining us, to all of our amazing speakers today, and most importantly to Dan Flores, a common friend to us both. But yeah, so tell us, Jason, walk us through what were some of the biggest highlights from today's sessions.
Sure. Definitely. Well, first, I want to say I apologize to Dan. That was the one session I did miss today, because I know Dan really well, and I know Satisfied Labs very well. We have been using their tool at the ATTA for the last couple of years. So I unfortunately missed it, so I'm going to have to watch it also. But I think
Can I just say one more thing?
Yes,
I
definitely.
laughed so hard that I got a bloodshot eye. And so Dan Flores, thank you for this, buddy. I'm going to have this all day tomorrow, but honestly, I think it was worth it. So that's why I'm going to keep standing to the side. But yeah, anyway, but so Jason, yeah, take us through. I know you didn't join that one. You can watch that one later. I just really hope I'm going to have to make sure the platform has the comments, or we're going to have to extract the transcript and we'll send it around to everybody. But yeah, what were some of the other standouts for you today?
Well, I think, one thing I have to start with is what I felt like was the on the edge of my seat all day, just because of the rapid fire nature of what we were going through, all the great new solutions and technologies. It felt like I was watching an 18 inning World Series game that I didn't get the chance to finish last night because I needed to get to sleep to be ready for today. But so sorry, Dan, you guys didn't win that one, but there's many games still to play. So, but also, I reflect back on Andrew's point about what is this new species, right? That's coming, or is here, and how are we trying to adapt to that? How many more of these AI liens are coming? Probably a swarm, or definitely a swarm, like Lod was just sharing with us as well. And definitely, we can talk to Bordy and ask for his advice as we move forward. So it's going to be a lot. And one thing I often, I was at the summit, we were talking about this, and I've had, like Dan mentioned, we have what we call AI accelerators on a regular basis in the hub with the ATTA, and really just talk about often explaining this is a ride, this is a journey, it's an experience. And just like any other journey or experience, we're going to have to take our time as we move through this and learn as we go. And each person, each company is going to be learning at different states and stages. We're going to be trying out new technology. Some of it's going to work, some of it's not going to work. But I just love how all the things that we went through today are providing more opportunities to try things out. So I felt there was a lot of innovation everywhere, from new AI native solutions that we saw today to companies like We Travel and others that have platforms already that they are applying new AI solutions on top of to make them even more efficient and effective. And I think what was the most fun was this audience. I always loved the adventure travel industry because I was in tech beforehand. I ran a web development company back in 2000 to 2005. I went to tech conferences, which were boring as all get out. And I got attracted to ATTA because of the people. And when we got together, the interaction and the energy. And that's what I saw today from everyone attending the sessions. The chat was buzzing. And so it was fun to watch and fun to see all the conversation happening, the follow up, a little bit of playfulness, as in that I appear to have missed more of in Dan's session. But it was great to see, and a lot of sharing. And that's what's important here, is the ongoing sharing that's going to need to happen. And I think building off of Rob's point around the ecosystem, and that partnerships matter. I would say also relationships matter. The relationships between all of us here and the knowledge and learnings we're going to have. Our friends and neighbors, colleagues are going to need that guidance and coaching, and we're going to need it from them too. Uh, so, um, so I think it's just the energy today was great. The insights were amazing. I liked seeing not only the tools that the our speakers were sharing with us, but also the tools they were using to get there. Right, whether that's whisper flow, that I know Jean Philippe was using. I use that on a daily basis. I think it's great. It's an easy way for me to just spit out the idea and not have to articulate it in typing because I don't know how to type properly. I'm a hunt and peck, but it just provides a nice way to use that. And N8N, which is not easy to say without saying N89, or as my kids say, why did I was a six afraid of seven because 7, 8, 9, right? So but that was a great tool to see play out as far as creating workflows, which is a critical part of learning how to work in this space. It's understanding process and flow, and us finding ways to be able to articulate what's up here into what is the process flow that I'm looking for to create, and what's the result that I'm trying to get to. And then how does AI and workflow tools work together to make that happen? So, I've got a few more things here that I could share, but maybe we could take a minute because I don't know. I know
Yeah,
Dan, you're monitoring the chat, and if there's any specific questions up to this point.
yeah, I am indeed. And there's some wonderful comments in the chat. I first have to just acknowledge Dan one more time because he has said such good humor about this, but he joined our session now and he said he was trying to get the staff to hand him a smoking jacket to finish the last few minutes of his demo. That would have been amazing, dude. The funniest thing about the whole thing for me was the fact that actually you were just straight faced the entire time. There was no acknowledgement of what was happening around you, despite the fact there's people shaking drinks, there was cutlery, the music was just, anyway, it was just like, it was deadpan delivery, man. I don't think you could have done that without, so it was perfect the way it was. And then the comments that we've had, and I just want to call this one out from Michael Herman. He loved George's precision of his tool. I was really keen to have George join. I think we had a really interesting cross section of people today, like from different skill levels and different backgrounds. Obviously, Gilad, it was fantastic to finish with Gilad, as he's, Michael said, wonderful high level look at AI in our industry. But more importantly, overall, it was like he loved the passion of all the presenters, and our industry is in desperate need for innovation, and it feels like it's being unleashed. And that, like, to me, made this day entirely worthwhile. So, like, reading that and some of the other comments about, loving Navi Savvy, of course, I thought that was great after JP, as we were kind of finding our way at the beginning of the day, and Sally just came in and delivered a fantastic presentation, and then the day just kind of rolled on from there. So I know that a number of you really benefited from these discussions. The one thing I would like to know, and then I'm going to ask the question, and I'm going to go back to Jason for one more takeaway. Yeah, nice one, Azaz. Innovation Unleashed is a great tagline. It is. That should be a whole new series of our podcast. So the one thing I would love to know from all of our listeners and people who've joined us today, our attendees, you're going to see an email go out from us in about 10 minutes. It's going to announce the winners, and I'm also going to tell you right now, because some of you I can see are on, and I want to make sure you guys get recognized. But I also wanted to see and get your feedback if we should do this again. And what I mean by that is a day like today. And so this was something completely new for us. I was really keen to bring this to life. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It seemed like our audience did as well. But what I mean by that is, like, it took us a long time to get this conference together, and tomorrow is our big day. So tomorrow, we had about 20 speakers today. We're going to have 50 speakers tomorrow. So if anything, today's a warm up for what will be our big conference day tomorrow, where we're going to have panel sessions and keynotes, and I'll come to that in a moment. But what I'd like to be able to do is to do something like this again sometime in Q1, where we bring together startups and innovators, and we just have a day of doing demos. So I would like to do that, but I want to make sure that I'm not the only one. So if you guys can comment or come back to us with an email and let us know your thoughts on that, obviously it would be fantastic to do that. And I think we all of a sudden lost my buddy. I lost Jason just at like on the opportune time. So yeah, let me know. Why don't I jump onto the prizes? since I know it's been a long day already. Wait, he's back. He's back. Oh, there he goes. Well, you're off stage. Only I can see you. It's a yeah. Jump back in. Are you pressing buttons? We're gonna finish the way we started
Here I
today. There
come.
we go. He's back.
Ah,
Okay.
back.
So Jason, give us one more big takeaway from today, or one more insight you think would be worth sharing with the audience, where you say AI is taking travel.
Yeah, always know where the refresh button is. So yeah, I think the ecosystem concept is really what settled in for me today. Just the mindset that not only are we going to have different types of AI solutions, and as you can see, there's going to be a lot coming together, and they need to work together, and using MCPs, etc., and various APIs. But I also see the need for businesses using very many type of small solutions that they're going to build, and they need that to all work together in that ecosystem. And as well as, I think, we covered a number of times the human side of this, whether it was through translation type solutions, or just simply the comments that we were seeing from the audience about let's making sure that we keep humans at the heart of this conversation. And as we build this out and work with AI, we and I'm missing it. I can't see it in my notes, but someone mentioned today, one of our presenters made the point that if we can start to drive this actively as a group, then we can guide where it goes, and how it supports the industry and what we do, so that the robots don't take over, so that we keep the humans at the heart and at the center of this. I think is going to be a key element to not only keeping it interesting and fun, but also making sure that we're satisfying the needs of our clients and the travelers that we take to various places around the world. So um, I'll finish with that. I think that it's been a great day. Everyone's probably well filled, ready to have a snack and relax for the rest of the afternoon or evening. So
Yeah, that's
get
great.
ready for
Thank you,
tomorrow.
Jason. And the comedy continues. Alex Bainbridge with Dan. You need a cyborg half a face to cover your eye. And you're right. I look like Alex Bainbridge in his like. So tomorrow, I'm literally thinking about doing my Halloween costume and showing up as a
Perfect.
pirate tomorrow with an eye patch, a parrot, and starting to celebrate a bit early. But anyway, it is still worth it. And I just want to make sure we cover the prizes and plans for tomorrow. But I really appreciate you being here for this, Jason. And
Yes.
I just wanted to
Welcome.
say the feedback clearly from you and from everyone that I've just seen in the comments, and hopefully when we get our email back as well. What we'll do not only is do our a virtual demo day again, but I see so many people in the chat that I have the privilege to know or have had a chance to meet or see recently. I saw you. There's Sally in there. One of our winners is in here. She's in Iceland. We also have Rodrigo. I'm not saying her name intentionally, but she's probably going to figure it out pretty quick. We have Rodrigo from Impulse Travel that's all the way down in Bogota in Colombia. And I want everyone to be able to meet and get to know each other. And the only way for us to do that is in person. And so after 2 years of running this event, I think it's time to bring it together in person. So next year, Toronto, October 2026, we're going to organize our first in-person Travel Trends Summit. And I want you guys all to be there. So tomorrow, I'm making a pre-announcement today. We'll share more details at the end of the day tomorrow. But I just wanted to share that all with you because I'd almost like to just break them out. We can do a virtual event for demos, but let's bring everyone together in one place. So I look forward to that happening. But let's give away some prizes because there's been some amazing contributions. So let's do the social prizes first. So AirPod 3s with the voice translation. Simone Basso from We Road won the first pair last week. And then there's 2 people that the team picked out today. So that had done a fantastic job. And please know, I'd love to give this to everybody. I wish I could have the Oprah moment, like it's under your seat, it's under your seat. Hopefully we'll get there. We've got some amazing partners. So I think we'll continue on this journey of being able to give prizes to our listeners and attendees. But Jessica Potit from Iceland, I apologize if I'm not pronouncing your last name properly, Jessica, but Jessie, you are one of the proud winners of AirPod 3s, and we'll find a way to get them to you. But thank you for all the social posts you've been doing over the last couple of days on Instagram and on LinkedIn. We've really appreciated it. So congratulations to you. And then the other winner is in Chicago. It's Dave King. And so Dave, congratulations and thank you for all your support. And you were part of it last year, part of it this year, and you've been promoting it on social. So thank you. And thank you to each of you who've done the same thing. And please continue that for tomorrow, because I'm going to have a few additional surprises tomorrow for the winners. And we obviously got our big prizes to give away tomorrow. Our luggage, our all of our travel vouchers, and that's all connected to the activity over today and tomorrow on the leadership board. So there's a top 5. And I know there's been a number of people vying and doing a great job today. So definitely keep that up tomorrow. And that will just be automatic. But we also wanted to highlight 2 individuals that contributed throughout the day. And no, it's not you, Paul Lipson, even though, because we have a VIP event tomorrow night in Toronto. If there's any of you that are in the city that want to come out, please let me know. Send me an email, or Melanie at traveltrendspodcast.com, because she's kindly organizing that. And you can meet up with us tomorrow night. We're going to have some of our speakers there, some of our partners, and a number of our attendees as well. So we've booked out a small little venue to celebrate together as a team and with a number of you as well. So reach out if you want to join us. Paul's going to be there, so he already gets that tomorrow night. And but I've really enjoyed the commentary. Obviously, it's been some pretty good press for Trip Recos, but nevertheless, you've provided some great comedy relief today. But there's 2 people that really stood out to me and the team, because we've been messaging each other in the back. And I'm going to recognize some more people tomorrow. But Kieran Simran was extraordinary all day today. Thank you for being, because the whole idea with that was that it's not just the contributions, it's positivity. Like you offered so much. And I think it just like, it's reassuring for our speakers, because a lot of them are nervous, and a lot of people, they don't know each other. So like, it's really important to set the tone and have that dynamic. So Kieran, you were doing that all day. So thank you. And I want to make sure I pronounce this right, because we have met, but it's Maniksha. So Maniksha, who I know is based here in Toronto, because we've met once before, and she's also been on it today. So thank you to you. So both of you get Premium Plaza lounge passes and the Holofly Unlimited 1-month eSIM for your participation today. So thank you. Round of applause for both of you, or for all of you. So there's 4 prizes for today, and then all the big prizes tomorrow. And then just to close off for today, and you guys can jump into the networking lounge, but we have structured day 2. The first half of the day is all about verticals. So we're going to start off with Shane from Microsoft. We'll talk about hospitality. We're going to have Travis give an amazing keynote from Tour Radar. We're going to stay on the tour operator theme with Christian Walters from Intrepid. We're going to have Jeff from Trippian have a great session on the impact of tours and trips and activities as well. We're going to have Max Tremaine, who runs Sherpa, do a session on aviation. Shayna, who used to be at We Travel, that now runs Host Agency Reviews, she's doing a session on travel agents. We obviously had 3 great travel agency sessions today. We're doing cruises for the first time with my buddy Ragnar from Captio. We've got a great hospitality session lined up with Stuart from Forbes Travel Guide, and that's just in the morning. And so in the afternoon, we're going to get into sales and marketing and investing, and we're going to have people from PricewaterhouseCoopers. We're going to have people from Deloitte. We're going to have people from Google joining us. Like tomorrow I'm really looking forward to it. So, and you're also going to hear from me a little bit more tomorrow. So, and you're going to have to look at my eye. I apologize for that. But yeah, I'm going to do 3 interviews tomorrow. Shane, Ragnar, and then Marilyn Markham, who runs Amex JBT, like the AI side of the corporate travel. That's a conversation I was very keen to have. So she's joining us tomorrow. So lots to look forward to. We're going to kick off at 8:45 with a brief little introduction from me. And then 9 a.m., we're going to have Shane, and then we're going to go right into Travis and have a full day tomorrow. So get some rest tonight. Thank you for everything you contributed today. Thank you again, Jason, for being here. And
You're
thanks
welcome.
again to the team, like the team that's helped pull this off. You know, months in the making. I know how thrilled they are. So Eugen, Catherine, Melissa, Mel, thank you guys for everything you've done today to make it so special. And we look forward to seeing you guys all again tomorrow. Have a good night. Have a drink.
Thanks all.
And cheers.
Take care.